Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of our Malicious Compliance. In today's episode, walk slowly so we can watch baby. MC from children. Everyone got mad because I took charge when no one else would. Sure, I let them dig their own grave. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Walk slowly so we can watch baby. Years ago, I worked as a cocktail bartender and waiter. A group of suits came in and sat down, and I went to take their order. I got a bad vibe off them from the get-go, and after I finished the order and went to leave, this 30-something sleazy guy said loud enough for everyone to hear, "Walk away slowly, baby, so we can watch." I smiled at him and started to do an overdramatic slow motion back away, keeping eye contact with him and smiling the whole time. I told the other waiters about it, and everyone started doing these slow motion walks whenever they walked past their table. The best one was a bus boy who deliberately dropped something next to their table, then did a very slow and sexy pickup like the bend and snap from Legally Blonde. They left pretty quickly. That bus boy deserves extra tips. I hope he looked back at them with his finger to his pursed lips and said, "Oopsies." I read this as "walk slowly so we can watch the baby," like it's a babysitter. I thought it was going to be about a baby as well, but old people or something asking to see the baby as Opie strolled by. Did the busboy maintain eye contact? Haha, he tried to. They were all doing their best to ignore him. You and your colleagues were awesome. Made me smile and laugh. MC from children. This morning, some friends asked me if I could watch their 3 kids, under 5, for a little while, and part of that was taking them up to the bus stop for the oldest. I agreed and spent the morning watching Paw Patrol. They were all pretty good until it was time to get ready to go. At this point, they weren't bad. Just I had to remind them that we had to go. Now, I recently read Starship Troopers, and I've been playing the game. So for some reason, when I was telling them, "Come on, we have to go," I added on the bounce. QMC. All 3 of them started bouncing, or trying to in the baby's case, right towards me. You asked for it. They did it. Yeah, how did the baby bounce is my question though. Actually, you've hit upon a genius way of getting them interested in the tedious chore of getting ready to leave the house. They'll never know what to expect from your instruction in future. As much as I hate kids in general, they can be funny some of the time. Like cats. Little kids are like cats. Everyone got mad because I took charge when no one else would. Sure, I let them dig their own grave. About 14 years ago, I went to work for a major petroleum company in Indianapolis. Over my 4 years there, I applied myself and gained enough knowledge to be more knowledgeable than the most senior guy. Well, one day stuff hit the fan, and we were looking at a potentially major spill because the packing in a pump had failed. Nobody was doing anything, and I'm a take charge kind of guy, so I started barking orders. Now you have to understand, this would have been an EPA nightmare, so there was no time for niceties. The other employees went and complained, and I was called into the manager's office and was told about the complaints that I just barked orders and didn't ask nicely. He told me that I did the right thing, and that next time, if it wasn't going to be a major issue, to give them enough rope to hang themselves. Bet. So the next time I saw that they had the valves set up in such a way that 2 soap tanks for making asphalt emulsion would overflow, and while not an EPA big deal, it would bring scrutiny from the health, environmental, safety, and security decision of our company. I mentioned to them that they might want to check the valve lineup because something didn't look right. Well, they told me to mind my own business. As it was time for me to go home, I called the manager from my car and said, "You should probably start heading to the terminal because 2 tanks are about to overrun." I tried to tell them, but they told me to mind my own business. I didn't get halfway home before a neighbor to the facility came knocking on the door saying liquid was overflowing 2 tanks. As the only first responder not involved in the incident, I had to return to the facility and supervise cleanup until the big guns from corporate came in about 3 hours later. All 3 were put on probation and then eventually fired for more screw-ups. The beauty of this was, after that incident, they were told to follow what I said explicitly and never again complain that someone doesn't say please and thank you in a crisis. They all hated me until the day they left. Why? Because I was the only person to take charge when no one else would. So pretty please, with sugar on top, clean the car. Winston Wolfe. Pulp Fiction, a great movie. Didn't ask nicely is a phrase I hear all too often from my elementary school students. Gotta love so-called adults whining like children. Sarcasm. Shut your face and do your fracking job. Pretty please. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video.